Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This little patch of overgrown brush is a place where a lady named Miss Willie lived. My father and uncles owned some houses down here, and I think there were about 50 of them, and they rented them out to people. Well, Miss Willie rented a house from my daddy, and I'd come down here with my daddy every Saturday to collect rent. Well, Miss Willie, she's about as self-sufficient individual as I ever met. She was an older lady. She was a black lady, sweet as she could be. I dearly loved her. Most of the time I'd ask my daddy if I could go see Miss Willie. He told me, he said, "Don't you bother her now. If she's busy, you leave her alone." But she was never busy, too busy for me. We might sit on her stoop and talk, but she always had something in her garden, and she didn't have very few flowers. Like if she was growing something around her house, and she kept her house immaculate, inside and out. And it was like collards or turnips around here. There was everywhere she had, and she kept her yard clean. I don't think a leaf had a chance in her yard. But this was before, I guess, people had, government subsidies or whatever. But she worked in town cleaning for some lady. She'd walk to work every day, walk home, and she swept her footsteps out. She told me, she said, "I can tell if people have been plundering around my house." Well, some man tried to get in there on her one night, I guess, maybe to steal what little bit she had or whatever. And Miss Willie took the sharp end of a shovel and messed that man up. They never did find out who did it, but my daddy put the word out that he'd get the chief of police involved, and the chief of police was my daddy's best friend, so if anybody ever come back around Miss Willie. But she's one of the women I always admired. I was at a funeral for a lady, and there was a lady there sitting beside me. She happened to bring up the name of the place. It was called Evans Quarters. And I said, "Man, what do you know about Evans Quarters?" She said, "I lived there." So I said, "You know Miss Willie?" She said, "I sure did." And Miss Willie was the only one I knew by name that I can remember. And Fitchy worked for my daddy. Fitchy was a tough man, and my daddy had Fitchy keep an eye out for Miss Willie too if anybody got rowdy. But people just didn't get rowdy back then. Maybe a fight every once in a while in this area, but other than that, it was, not a whole lot happened. Of course, I'm saying that from when I was 5 to 8 years old. Man, I didn't really have a clue. I just thought the world was an idyllic place and everybody got along. Miss Willie, she grew some of the best stuff. Sometimes she'd cut me up some cucumbers. I'd eat cucumbers with her, and we'd sit there and talk, and she'd laugh. Had the sweetest laugh of anybody I guess I know. But she always had time for me. And I'd be there long enough for my daddy to ride around, pick up all the rent money, and then he'd stop by there and toot the horn. That was my signal. It was time to go. But I don't know what happened to Miss Willie. My dad and his brother sold this place, and I lost touch with what happened down in here. And every one of these houses is gone now. You may find some bricks in there from them, but they're been completely tore down, and the bricks may be gone too. It's a little bit too thick for me to go in there and see, but I come through here sometime, and there's some briarberries that grow wild in here. So I'll come down here and pick briarberries, and I always think about Miss Willie. Maybe she came from something she had over there, because she did have some fruit stuff growing in there. And like I said, it wasn't her land, but she just kept good care of everything. And well, thank you for stopping by and listening to my old memories. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.